Hello and welcome to another episode of Live Feed with your host, Richard Santiago. Live Feed is brought to you by Traveling Tech Teacher for all your digital resources. Check out travelingtechteacher.com and also brought to you by thebullyexposed.com, a 501c3 nonprofit organization that wants to remind you to check out their YouTube channel at Nonfiction Filmmaker. They also want to remind you that the song is out, guys. The song it is finally out. Like I said, we're not doing anything special here with this show. Here with this song. We're just hoping to get a few people to understand the seriousness of bullying and maybe listen to the song a few times. And it's now on Amazon, so you can add it to a playlist, add it to one of your favorite playlists. That does good for us. We'll make some money off of the song, and which will translate, of course, into donations for the nonprofit, and then we can continue to bring out the word about bullying. Johnny Bravo is in the house. Johnny, ¿cómo está, caballero? How are you doing, my brother? So, check out the song. It's called Run. Okay, it's on Amazon. I think it's going to be on, it is going to be on iTunes. Don't know when. Spotify, don't know when. But so far, I myself have verified that the song is now on, Amazon. You could look it up under the artist Rich Rockwell. The song is called Run. Here Comes the Bully. Check out the song, and like I said, maybe put it on your playlist. All right, so let's play a game of this or that. Hopefully, Johnny will join us in playing this game, this or that, with us. And this game is brought to us by one of our followers named the Autistic Advocate. So thank you very much. She's always sends me these lists of things that we can play this or that with. So let's get on it. And SK's in the house. What's up, SK? SK, you too. You join us in the game of this and that. And whether you're watching this live or recorded, smash that heart, show us some love. And also play this and that. Tell us what you like best. So this or that. So lemonade or limeade? Which one is it for you guys? Let us know, Johnny and SK. For me, I like limes better. Lemons are a little too acidy at times. For me, limes are always a little, I know this is weird to say about lemons and limes, but they're a little more sweeter. And Johnny also says limeade. Yeah, I think it's a Puerto Rican thing because we like mojito. You guys may not know what mojito is, but it's just basically lemonade with mint. And because mojito is a big Hispanic drink, I prefer limeade better. SK says the Yankees are in 6-game losing streak. And are barely clinging into the wild card spot. Oh boy. And both Johnny and SK say limeade is for them. All right, let's move on to the next one. Cranberry or OJ. Cranberry or OJ. And thank you for the update, SK. Right now, everyone that's in the room right now is a New Yorker. So that's pretty cool. So, Cranberry or OJ? Well, for me, this one's tough. This one's tough because I like cranberry juice a lot. A lot. I like to mix it with OJ, funny enough. Ever since my son was young, I used to call that a sunrise. Would you like a sunrise? And for us, a sunrise was cranberry juice and an orange juice, because if you put the orange juice in first and then you put a little bit of cranberry, The cranberry is a little heavier, so the red goes to the bottom, and it actually looks like a sunrise. Like, you know how it's red, the sun is red on the bottom, and then as it comes up, it turns yellow. Watch the sunrise the next time. Anyway, so for me, this one's a tough one. So I'm sure that when Artistic Advocate created this for us, this list for us, she didn't think that I would do this, but I can't choose. I have to say both cranberry and OJ, depending on what day, you know, how I feel that day. But I have to admit, I will say, since I've moved to Italy, I've been drinking more orange juice because in Italy they have these special oranges that at a certain time of the year, I think when it's cold, they turn red. So there's like they're like a red orange, and they turn sweeter when they're that way. So, you know, but because I know I like cranberry just as much as OJ, I'm still gonna say I can't decide on any of those two, and I'm gonna give it an evenness, even right across the board for that. Okay, apple juice or pineapple juice. Now this one's definitely not going to be as hard for me to choose. It's apple juice because I love making apple ciders, as you guys know, fermented apple cider, homemade. And the other reason is pineapple juice I could only drink so much. It's so acidic for me that after drinking or eating too much pineapple, for me, my tongue starts to itch. And I wouldn't say that I'm allergic to pineapple. I know some of you might say, well, did you say itch? Because that means you might be allergic. I wouldn't say I'm allergic because if I watch how much pineapple juice I eat or how much pineapple I eat, it really doesn't bother me as much. So SK says apple juice for him. Awesome. Thank you, SK. So for me on this one, I'm going to say apple juice because I love making fermented juices with apple juice, and because for me, eating or drinking too much pineapple juice, excuse me, makes my tongue feel itchy. All right, mango or grape juice. This is also a tough one for me to decide. I love grape juice a lot, but I guess I would have to go with mango, excuse me. I would have to go with liking mango a little better. SK says he likes grape juice. Okay, so me and SK are indifferent on this one. Grape juice, but that's not saying I don't like grape juice. I love grape juice, especially when you make it wine, if you know what I mean. Bad joke. Okay, moving on. Papaya juice or carrot juice. For this one, I'm going to have to say carrot juice because papaya juice fresh is really hard for me to get. You guys probably know this. I got a juicer at home. I like juicing my things as much as possible. And the only way I really can get papaya is to buy it in a can, and I really would love to prefer to drink it fresh. So for this one, I'm going to have to say carrot juice for this one. Okay, and SK says papaya juice. Okay, awesome. Like I said, if it comes in a can, Gavin's in the house. What's up, Gavin? Welcome to the show. Gavin's in the house. So when it comes to just having a can and not worrying about anything and just taking it from the can, I definitely like the papaya juice a little better because, I'm an island boy, so to speak. All right, next one. Grapefruit juice or mojitos. Boy, when the Artistic Advocate created this, I'm sure she was really thinking, I bet you he's going to say mojitos. And it's really tough. Again, Italy has a great tasting grapefruit juice. So I've been drinking a lot of grapefruit juice, fresh squeezing my own grapefruit juice myself. So this one's a tough one because you know I love mint and I love my limeade, some mojito. So I'm gonna have to say this is also a draw for me. I can't choose between the grapefruit or the mojito for this one. So and SK says grapefruit juice. Um, Awesome. What do you say? Whether you're watching this live or recorded, put it in the comment section. Which ones were your favorite that I mentioned? All right. So we're going to the last one. The last one. Here we go, guys. And I want to remind you that This or That was created by our follower, the Artistic Advocate, and also brought to you by thebullyexposed.com, which reminds you that our song "Run." Here Comes the Bully is out on Amazon. Okay, I saw it for myself on Amazon. So do a search for Rich Rockwell and then do a search for Run, Here Comes the Bully, and please save it on one of your playlists. We're hoping that this song will bring us donations. So purchase it. And from my understanding, you don't even have to purchase it if you go to Amazon or any streaming type services and you listen to it and you save it on a playlist, then that will help us with funding. So the next one is ginger beer or tomato juice. And SK quickly joined in and said ginger beer juice. Yes, I want to let everybody know out there because I know a lot of kids. I want to let the parents know. I know a lot of kids watch my show. And when I say ginger beer, I don't mean ginger, an alcoholic beverage, okay? There is ginger beer. I have tasted ginger beer when I was in Tokyo and when I was in Jamaica, I believe. But there is a way, just like apple juice and apple cider, you can make it alcoholic version or you can make just a cider type version. You can do the same thing with ginger beer. So when I say ginger beer, I mean ginger beer like what you might know, but it's much better, of course, what you might know as like Canada Dry ginger ale, what they might call ginger ale in the States. That's what I mean by ginger beer. Everywhere else they call it ginger beer. So I just had to get that explanation out there. So I wanted to let you know that for me, it's ginger beer. Not that I don't like a great tomato juice. But for me, you guys know I love ginger. I try to intake ginger every day. So for me, ginger beer is the one for me. And SK says ginger beer, so he agrees with me on that. And SK jokingly around says that he wonders what someone's favorite is. Yeah, I wonder. So let's go through that list of this or that again, brought to you by thebullyexposed.com. When it came to lemonade or lemon or limeade, I picked limeade. When it came to cranberry juice and orange juice, I was a little favorable on the OJ here in Italy, but I still made it a draw. When it came to apple juice or pineapple juice, I picked apple juice because for me, drinking too much pineapple juice makes my tongue feel weird and itchy. Mango and grape juice, it was tough to choose, but I chose mango. Papaya juice and carrot, again, it was hard to choose, but for me, I'm thinking fresh juices, not canned, and the only way I can get papaya, unfortunately, is if I get it out of can, so I chose carrot juice and grapefruit and mojito. Again, this was hard for me to choose because Italy has some great grapefruit, and I love, you guys know I love mint and lime juice, which is basically what mojito is. So I put a draw on that one, and then ginger beer or ginger ale, as it's called in the United States, or tomato juice. I picked ginger beer. So let's see. SK says tomorrow, if you have time, do a show in respect for the 20th anniversary of 9/11. Good idea. Thank you for the idea. We will definitely do that tomorrow. I'll start working on that ASAP so we can do that. I'll tell you where I was during 9/11, and I'll tell you the whole outcome of it because for me it was a weird thing to find out about 9/11. So I will do that. Thank you, and let's pay some respects. Let's bow our heads for a moment for people who have lost on 9/11 because I know I've lost some friends. As you guys know, I'm from New York. I know a lot of friends, and I have a lot of family members and friends who are working, uh, who were working that day and were at work that day, and so yeah, so I lost. Thank you so much, SK. That's such a great idea. Let me put that up there. Can I pin that so it stays up there? No, I can't. I can't pin that. But you did say it here, so let me pin it there. Okay, thank you so much for that. Uh, and SK. Oh, I can't pull up your next one. I wonder why. It won't allow me to. That's weird. But SK says, never forget. The one thing I do want to say, yes, I agree. We should never forget about 9/11. But the thing that really um, ticks me off, I'm going to say, for lack of a better term, that ticks me off about certain things is that people always would say, George Floyd. Oh God, can we stop talking about George Floyd? Can we forget about that? No, let's not forget about that. For me, 9/11 and George Floyd are equal. Yes, are equal, and not that it's one life compared to a lot of other lives. No, if you think of all the people who have been hurt by police brutality, I would say that the numbers of death between 9/11 and that are the same. And these are two things that we should never forget: 9/11 and the deaths of all those African Americans that died at the hands of racist people. I mean, if you go back to the days of slave days, you'll have a lot, trust me, you'll have a lot of deaths on your hands of African Americans that should have never died. Let's see. They were both historic, says SK. Yeah, historic events, exactly. So they both, so what really upsets me, I want you guys to not misunderstand me with this, is that when people bring up George Floyd or any of those people, the young lady, unfortunately I can't remember her name, but the young lady that was killed in her home, okay, when cops broke in and shot her, that woman as well. When we bring about these people, some people say, oh, can we stop talking about that? Can we forget that? No. Just like we can never forget 9/11. So both of those things are equally as important. And SK says, I hope there isn't another terrorist attack on the 20th anniversary. No, I don't think that will occur. I would be very shocked if something like that was to occur, but I doubt that. For one, that I'm thinking and I'm hoping that we got better when it comes to security, okay? Because, a lot of people don't know this. I think it's only people who really pay attention to news and only people who live in New York that know that that wasn't the first attack on the Twin Towers. There was a bomb. I don't know what year, and I'm not going to even try to remember what year it was. But if I had to take a guess, I would say somewhere in the 90s, anywhere in the 90s. There was I don't think the bombs went off them. There were bombs found in, I hope that my memory is serving me right. I could be wrong about this, but I know it had to do with bombs and it had to do with placed in the foundation. That I can say for sure. So, it's definitely happened before. It wasn't the first time. And I'm hoping and I'm sure that they really have the security a little better nowadays down there. But yes, our hearts go out to anyone that was lost, during that time, because there's a lot of things people don't understand, and I guess I should save this for tomorrow, but I will say this real quick. There were a lot of lives lost. Even people that lived were not the same. And that's all I'm going to say for now, and I'll go more into detail tomorrow. Yeah, people who lived, I should say, survivors, were not the same after that. Believe me when I tell you. Believe me when I tell you. So what's up? What else is up, SK? What have you been up to? And I keep forgetting that I can never create these. What am I thinking about? Or I can't create these covers that I create with a white background because I can't read what's going on. So it's going to be hard to read what you're saying, SK, but I will try my best. Maybe you should put it in the questions. It might be easier for me to read. Let's see if I could put up your question that you put up before. No, that's weird. It won't allow me to put up the never forget one. But we'll save that. We'll save more talk for that for tomorrow. So yes, SK, I don't know if you heard the great news, but yes, I want to show you guys this right now. This is what I should show you guys. And I'm hoping you all will do it. I'm hoping you will do it as well, SK. So, well, I would like you guys to grab one of our favorite posts, right? One that's your favorite, I mean, not one of our favorite, excuse me. Everyone likes fast cars, so we'll do this one. Grab one of our posts, right, guys? Hit the airplane down on the bottom, right? And then you can see that you can add it to your story right on top. Add it to your story, right? And when you get there, hit the music note, right? Hit that music note. Type in Rich space rock well with one L, okay? And when you see that, you see a thing that says run. Click on that, and there you go. That's our song, Run. Here Comes the Bully, that I basically wrote a poem when my friend Jason passed away because of bullying. He was a nurse, and he was bullied. And we'll keep that running for you guys for a while. And so now we're very proud to say that we got this song on Amazon. It's going to be on iTunes. It's going to be on Spotify and a lot of different streaming sites as well. But if you can do this, guys, if you can go pick one of our favorite, I keep saying that. Pick one of your favorite posts that we have put up. We got 1,800, I believe, posts. It has to be one that you liked. Do it. Put in Rich Rockwell. Click the run song. Pick your favorite part in it. Like you guys know, you just move this thing down here in the bottom, and you can move it to wherever you want, and then hit done, and then hit this button right down here and send that to your stories. And that's pretty interesting. I never noticed that before. If you go to our post, it tells you that we currently are live. So that's real good. So, and please, so anytime you do a post, SK, please do me a favor. Use the song, use our song. I believe, we're new to this. We're not musicians, so we don't know. I want to also thank Van Laurel, her father, Van Laurel. You guys know Vanessa, right? She's been on the show before. Her father helped us get our music up there on Instagram, and then and another friend helped me with getting it on Amazon and on iTunes and all that. So we're really proud of that. And again, I'm not here to insult real rappers or insult real artists, because I'm sure there's going to be an artist out there that's like, I got this amazing voice and I can't get my music um, on iTunes or get my music on Amazon or any of these other streaming services. I don't know. Maybe they let us do it because we're a nonprofit. I don't know. The song was created in a makeshift studio. I didn't go. I've been to studios before because I've made films that needed songs done, for the shows. So I've been into a studio with 24 track, 48 track studio, these expensive studios that are like $125 an hour. The nonprofit cannot afford that. Okay, so we did a makeshift studio, used a pretty decent mic and blah blah blah. We got this thing out there, and hopefully you guys can enjoy it. That's all I can say. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it and get the word out there. And like I said, all we're asking is that you go to your favorite streaming service. If you belong to a few of them, go to all of them and save it on your playlist. I hear that's what makes us revenue. And so, I say revenue, but the donations. And so we can continue creating films because I donate my time, but a lot of times people don't donate their time. They ask us. They'll give us. If they charge $60 an hour, they'll charge us half for their service. So they do help us in a way, but it still does cost money to make the films that we want. And until we get to the point where we are we have the finances to create film after film after film and not have to worry about where the money's coming from, we ask that you help us out. And it doesn't cost you money, anything. If you belong to, what's the word I'm looking for? If you belong to Spotify, if you're a member of Pandora, which I believe this is going to be on Pandora, Amazon. If you already have Amazon, it's not going to cost you anything to save this song into one of your playlists, and you might save a kid's life. All right. And let's see. As SK says, I felt bad for him. Who did you feel bad for, SK? Did you feel bad for Jason, my friend? Who did you feel bad for? Let me know. Oh, here it is. Oh, no, don't tell me that. Pico's Parrot passed away? Oh, that's who you feel bad for. Okay, it took me a while, but I got it. Wow. Well, I know Pico likes to watch our show. Pico, if you're watching this, I'm sorry for the loss of your parrot. Wow. It must have been really sick because my friend had one of those birds and it lived forever. I was like, I was like, when is this thing gonna die already? I'm just kidding. Yeah, wow, that's really sad. It must have got some kind of disease or something. Because like I said, they live forever. Those animals. I mean, I shouldn't say that. Just so you know, if you have a parrot and it lives for 50 years, it could have doubled that in the wild. Just so you guys know, it's the same thing with whales. Whales can live to be 100 years old, but they only live short spans when they're in captivity. So, I don't want anyone to think like I'm, promoting, trying to not promote, but trying to say that animals do better in captivity. No, they don't. I mean, they have no predators. Yes, for instance, a bird might have an eagle as a predator. If it's in the wild, yes, I give you that. But if it's a smart bird, knows what they're doing, they can live a long time in captivity. Basically, animals live longer. Excuse me, I'm sorry, not a long time in captivity, a long time in the wild. They live better in the wild. Okay? All right. moving on. Let's see. SK says, uh, oh, I never heard of that. Let me. So SK says that one of his friends gave him a Jew parrot. I never heard of that. And do Jewish people know that they have a parrot name after them? I hope they do. Because that really doesn't sound that to me. I hate to say, I'm not trying to make a joke, but I'm here to entertain you, and it sounds like a derogatory term. Seriously, hey, that freaking Jew parrot just walked in here. It doesn't sound very pleasant. So let's see if we can find. There's a movie called Jew Parrot. Okay, they're very colorful. They're green, and if this is one, that's a Jew parrot. Well, all I gotta say is if I got no one Jewish hitting my DMs in the next couple of days saying that was very rude, I'm gonna assume that that is a real animal. But if it's not, I apologize to this Jewish community. That's not my intent. Well, good for him. You got another bird. That's I want to say this real quick while we're talking about animals. Some people think I'm very mean because I've had Rottweilers, and unfortunately I had a Rottweiler pass away on me one time, and I was out like probably 2 weeks later trying to find another Rottweiler to replace it. And I've had friends that they had one dog, or they had 2, 3 dogs. They have one dog that they really, really loved, and they never had a dog ever again. They're like, no, I'm not getting another dog. I mean, good kudos to Pico and not sitting around and saying, no, I can't get another parrot. Life's never going to be the same. You can't think like that, guys. If that animal brought you so much joy, right? And yeah, I could understand you don't, no other animal is going to take that animal's spot. But, I don't know how to say it. I'm not that type of person. Go out and get another one. Yeah, you might take a month. You might take a year before you can do it again. I understand that. But saying that you'll never own an animal again, or you'll never have a dog ever again because this one will never replace you, I think that's doing a disservice to yourself. And and there's a lot of crazy bad owners out there, dog owners. And so let's see. SK, I meant to type new, not Jew. Oh, we apologize then to the Jewish community. Sorry, it was a typo. But that's funny how I pulled up Jew Parrot, right? And I want to show you guys this. This movie comes up. Don't know what it's about. I live in Europe, so it could be a European movie. But it does say the Jew Parrot and other Spanish tales. So maybe it's a Spanish tale or Spanish story. I don't know. But that's very funny. It's in Amazon. It's a book. So I guess you can buy it on Amazon. So there you go. And here's another one. So that's very funny. Somebody, I guess a Jewish person, had a parrot and they thought it would be great to dress it up in the gear. And hey, I don't think that's offensive, but if it is offensive to the Jewish community, I do apologize. Not meaning to do that. Mort Goldman. Mort Goldman sounds familiar. Isn't that a... No, I'm not gonna say nothing and end up looking like a fool. Let me look it up first before I say anything. Because then I'll really start insulting people, right? Let's see what we got. Yeah, that's what I thought. I just didn't want to be wrong. The Jewish character, he owns a pharmacy from Seth MacFarlane's Family Guy. Uh, yeah, very funny. So, yeah, good for Pico for not saying, no, I'm not going to get another bird for the rest of my life. Now my whole life is ruined with birds. And I've known people that do that, that have done that with animals. And you can't. You can't do that. You're not doing the justice to yourself. In life, there's good, right, and there's bad. The animal brought you joy, and the death brings you sadness. That's life. That's life. And, I hope that doesn't make me sound cruel, but it's life. You get over it, you move on, and you enjoy the next animal or the next girlfriend. Whatever it is that you decide you're gonna have. Let's see. Oh, it won't let me pull up your. I don't understand why it does this. It won't let me pull up your last statement, SK. So let me read it out loud. I've got another dog. I lost my last one from 16 years. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember you saying you lost your animal. Yeah, my animals. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. They're old. I give you a hint. I think I told you guys this before. I'll tell you again. I have one animal that my son was 2 years old when we got the animal. My son is 17. So you do the math on how old that dog is. Still going, still kicking, still well behaved, She is showing a little signs of oldness, let's put it that way. And but when it's time for that animal to go, I will mourn. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna cry. Men can cry. That's right. For all you guys out there, that's like, don't cry, don't cry. I see it all the time. When a man is crying, people will say, don't cry, don't cry. Men don't cry. No, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna feel sad. It's really my wife's dog more than it is my dog. I'm gonna feel sad. I'm gonna feel sad mostly for my son because that's the dog my son has known more. There's always a time when you remember your first animal, right? This is my son's first animal. So when he's 30, people ask him what was your first animal, he's gonna say a Chihuahua. And so for my, I'm gonna be sad, a little extra sad for my son because that's his first dog. My first dog that I remember was named Dusty. It was a Labrador. Okay, it was a black Labrador, and so that's my first dog. We had to give it up because we lived. Hey, get this, SK. We lived on Habit Avenue and 174th Street in the Bronx, and my dad. I don't know why my dad bought the dog, but he bought it, and the superintendent said we couldn't have it, so we gave it up to a friend, and I cried, and I was 8 years old, and so that's my first dog, and it's really sad because we get, like I said, we gave it to our friend, and our friend, stupid, went on vacation, tied the dog up to the poles. In New York, try to paint this for everyone. To heat, they have these poles coming up and they fill these poles up with hot water and that's what heats the apartment. I don't know if they still have it like that, but in what year was this? 1976, I believe. I was 8 years old. That's what they had. 1975, 1976, that's what they had. Tied the dog to that, and the dog somehow choked itself, and when they came back from vacation, the dog was choked. And they had people coming by to check on the dog, but you can't do that. if you're gonna leave your dog alone and have people come by and check on your dog and walk your dog, buy the crate. And we got some people joining in. Let's see here. I want to say hi to Mark. It looks like it's really hard for me to read the names, got all wrong, and I can't see the other name. I'm sorry, but thank you for joining the show. Yeah, so buy a crate, put your dog in the crate train your dog, and do it like that. Let's see. SK says I had to put down my dog because he had eye cancer, and she, had to get the eye removed, but then the cancer came back and there was nothing they can do. Yeah, don't be these types of people that hold on to your dog. Your dog is suffering. I saw a dog the other day. You can tell this thing was old. It had open sores on its fur. It could barely walk. While it walked, it urinated. Okay, dogs don't do that. Dogs don't walk and urinate. They stop. If it's a male, they lift their legs, and this was a male. This dog didn't even lift its legs anymore. It was a male. It just, while they were walking, it peed because it can't hold it. Okay, don't do that. I had a friend, neighbor. Thank you for joining us. Unfortunately, I can't read your name. It looks like Hercules. Thank you, Hercules. If I got your name wrong, I'm sorry. I can't read the names because I got a white background with white lettering. I apologize, guys. But we had a friend that had a dog, and the dog started to smell so bad. They left it. They couldn't keep it in the house anymore, so they left it out in their backyard. And their backyard kind of sits over where our driveway was, if you could try to imagine that. I got more people joining. Thank you. I can't see your name, but thank you for joining the show. Smash that heart, whether you're watching this live or recorded. So in order to get to our cars, we had to pass by their backyard. And the stink was terrible. And they just kept the dog there until they finally went out one day and the dog was dead. Don't do that. Don't do that, guys, okay? In the wild, once your dog gets to a certain age where it can't run away from predators or it can't run to get food, it's going to pass away. And that may seem mean, yes, but that's the natural way of things. So nowadays, the natural way of things is to humanely put it down. And I know for some people there's no humane way to do that. But to me, if something is suffering, it is humane. If something is in pain every day and just wish, dogs, don't have the capability of putting something around their neck and jumping over a fence and hanging themselves. As morbid as that may sound, they can't choose that, even though they might be thinking it, because they can't fasten it and make it, So, do the right thing. That's the way I look at it. Do the right thing. Let's see. I have to go now because I have to get ready for work. So bye, but I will join the show tomorrow in honor of 9/11. Yes, let me know when you're free. DM me and we'll start that show, SK. So, while we're talking about that, be humane. That's the way I look at it, guys. You're not doing the dogs any favors if you're like, well, I can't kill it, if it's suffering and in pain. So I want to thank everyone that joined the show, SK. I can't read the names. My good friend Gavin, thank you, Gavin, for coming on. We got to talk one day, Gavin. So I want to remind you guys that live feed is brought to you by Traveling Tech Teacher. Okay, SK says maybe this exact time tomorrow. So I don't know what time I started the show. About 9 o'clock, probably. 9 o'clock Italy time. All right, so I'll keep that in mind. Thank you, SK. So I want to remind you that Live Feed is brought to you by Traveling Tech Teacher for all your digital resources. Check out travelingtechteacher.com. Also brought to you by thebullyexposed.com, who reminds you to go to Amazon, put on your playlist our song created to gain more donations so we can continue spreading the word about bullying. And the song is called Run. Here Comes the Bully. Okay. And it is it's created by Rich Rockwell. I'm going to get specific, so it's Run, right? And in parentheses, Here Comes the Bully. So if it's hard for you to find, if you run that all together, you might want to put Run, and then in parentheses put Here Comes the Bully, by Rich Rockwell with one L only. Hopefully that'll come up. Or if you do something in your stories, please use our song. And again, you just hit the story button when you see the icon for music. Just hit the music icon, put in Run. No, I think it's put in Rich Rockwell, and Run will come up, and then you could put it in your stories as well. Okay, guys? So that's going to do it for us. Remember, anyone can wear the crown. Anyone can be a hero. Be kind to one another, and have a great day. Bye now. Wow, this is weird. Live TV. The X was not there, and that's why I'm still on, guys. The X was not there. I kind of refreshed it, and the X came back. So that's why I'm still on. Weird thing. I guess this is one for the blooper reel. So I'm going to do it again because I love to do it, and I love to remind you guys that anyone can wear the crown, even you. So be kind to yourself, and have a great day. Bye, guys. For real this time. Bye. No, really, for real.